failure is a huge part of what got me here today. And I mean, I've made mistakes, like mistakes. And I don't think any of us can honestly say that we haven't. Am I wrong about that? Yeah, we're running the playback right now in our head going, ooh, 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 right? But I really truly do believe that failure is inevitable. In fact, I argue that it's a requirement. Because when we fail, we're actually building. We're building. We're building the rung on the ladder that we dare to climb. Now, when we first fail, it's a little rough, right? We think back to those moments. We maybe feel broken, right? And then we realize that we get to dismantle things beyond just us feeling broken or the situation feeling broken. We get to take things apart, dismantle, build them back up, ascend, and eventually rise. Yeah. That is what happens from failure. But what I want to fix personally, what I want to re-engineer in the whole process of failure is understanding how we experience it, and most importantly, how we speak to ourselves in the process of going through failure, right? Because the words we speak become the house we live in. And if you've ever failed, which is everybody here, we know the words that we use. We know the words that we use to speak about others when they have failed. And we just can't afford to have that talk. In 2020, I recall getting a request for a proposal from a chief representative at a healthcare organization. She reached out to me and she said, I need coaching. I said, bet, let's go. Here's your proposal. Well, she never responded. She never wrote back. She straight up ghosted me. And I was feeling a little rough, a little bad about that. I felt like I had failed. A few weeks later, she called me and she said, I'm in a pinch. I need help like now, today. And in that moment, I was so married to my processes, onboarding. We have to onboard. Have you signed a contract? And I said, Andrea, what the hell are you doing? How did you get into this work? Just help this person. So I did. I helped her. I coached her. 45 minutes later, she looked at me and she said, the price you quoted me is way low. Double it. Invoice me. That was one of those moments where you're like, right? I was so stoked. So I did. And in fact, I tripled my prices that year in a pandemic. And nobody batted an eyelash. Not one. That single move, 1 year later, translated into a $75,000 contract with that organization to do development for them. And that has allowed me to not only double my revenues year over year for the past 3 years, but on top of it, led me to investing in building a team and the infrastructures that I needed. Look at me sounding all smart. I know nothing about this jazz, all right? Thank God for my admin and my team and my tech stacker and the whole gang, all right? We built something up that allowed me to create a product that answered a major problem I saw in the marketplace, which was people want coaching, but they can't afford it, and their organizations aren't investing in them. So I wrote something, I developed it, and it's for sale here today. Shocker, Big Deck Energy, go look for it. But that's what got me here. I said to Flossie, I was like, Flossie, I did something. I don't know what the hell it is. She goes, girl, why don't you come to San Diego? I said, no, it's not ready. She goes, Andy, just put it out there. It's going to look ugly. Just put it out there. It's fine. I was like, all right, we're going to bring my ugly to San Diego. So here he is, right? But it brought me here. It built the team. And it created something that I can't deny is absolutely amazing. So what I want you to think about is that your failures aren't really failures. They're just helping you grow and build to where you need to go. And the crazy thing that I will say to you is life will dare you to show up. It'll dare you to show up in every scenario. And when it does, it wants to know how you will speak, how you will respond when you're winning, when you're failing, and sometimes the hardest, when no one sees you at all. Those are some hard days. So what I say is that we can't afford to not speak up. We can't afford to fail. Failing equals dying on the vine. We can't afford to leave the opportunities on the table because we were afraid of how we might show up or how we might look. I am being completely humbled in this conference. Yesterday, I literally sat there while two people, I hope, if you remember me, please, I hope this was not you. Two people spoke some really big words, and I was like, no. And they're like, do you agree? I'm like, absolutely. It's going to ask you to show up and do something that makes you uncomfortable. Lean into that. Go for it. Because beyond that is the win. Beyond that is the huge win. Today, think about how you can fail, how you can show up, look around and say, I was made for this. When I fail, I know that I can stand, look around me, and trust that the women and men and people who I have at my side will ensure that my crown is still on, just like I assure them that theirs is as well. Can we do that? Can we do that? All right. Go make some mistakes, y'all. Have a wonderful few days, and truly thank you for the opportunity. I'm out.